country. We are now in Laos and we travelled from Hanoi yesterday on 2 flights, one to Bangkok and then one to Luang Prabang.
Yeah, it was £300 cheaper. I'm not sure why that was to fly, because obviously it's like an hour and a half ride from like Hanoi. Just not even that probably, and yeah, it was super cheap to go from Hanoi to Bangkok to here, so we decided to do that to kind of squeeze a bit on the budget. So
landed in the tiniest airport I think we've ever seen.
Yeah, Luang Prabang airport's really tiny, and just to go through like visa on arrivals and stuff like that, we had a couple of issues yesterday where we arrived with no US dollars and they charged us kip for the visa on arrival, and it was 800,000 kip per person to come through, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And it was like an extra £10 if you were to change the cost to US dollars. They charge us like $50 odd, but in kip, for us to get through, and there was just no other option. There was no place. There was a money exchange place there, but they didn't let us change it at all. Some people were trying, so we just had to accept it and pay the kip fee. And also you need a little photo when you do your visa on arrival, a little passport photo, which Jess didn't have, so that was an extra $1 charge. So just come prepared and bring your US dollars with you, because it just saves so much hassle.
Yeah. It was so weird because I don't think I've ever been to an airport to do the visa and then them say you need money. We were told it was okay to pay by card, and then went to pay by card and he said no, you need to go to the ATM, which was, we found out in the end, outside of the airport. So we were allowed through security, through passport check, visa check, and you're allowed to just go outside, get your money and then come back in through all the queues and stuff. It just felt really wrong, but they let us do it, which was a bonus because I don't know how else they would have got their money, so it worked.
Loads of people were doing it as well. We weren't the only ones, so yeah, just come prepared. I think it'll be a lot easier and a lot smooth process for you. Also, just to mention, the taxi from the airport to the middle of Luang Prabang is actually a fixed fee, so no one pays more, no one pays less. You pay for like 2 people. Us, for where we're staying now, was only 80,000 for us to get here from the airport, which is only like a 10-minute drive, but they do like drop-offs and stuff.
Yeah.
So it was nice that it was a fixed fee after the whole visa thing. So we've woken up this morning, well, a very early rise this morning, because we wanted to watch the morning alms routine, which is where Buddhist monks come out to the streets and other Buddhists, like local Buddhists, offer them food for the day. So they were walking down the street and taking the food from local Buddhists, and we read up about it, didn't we? And we didn't really know how to feel about it, because it's very touristy now.
Yeah, we knew it was one of the main attractions or something just that you should go and see, because we're here to see the different countries and different cultures. So it was something really special that we wanted to witness. And then we also read all of the warnings from other YouTubers about it being unpleasant and frustrating just because people aren't respectful, which we noticed.
Yeah, so when we turned up in the morning, so we managed to find where actually all the locals were, like hardly any tourists. And when we got there, I felt quite uncomfortable, but you felt okay, didn't you? We weren't intrusive.
It's all
very quiet.
on one side of the pavement. So where we were stood, it was always the left side of every pavement. They were sat along with their what looked like a bowl with some rice in or some different kinds of foods, and they were sat on their stalls as families. There was quite a lot of kids, and it was obviously the way it should be done, but we were the only ones there. So, but we were like on the other side of the road, and then we wandered a bit further away as well, so we weren't anywhere near anyone, but you still felt quite uncomfortable.
Yeah, I just felt uncomfortable because they must get sick of maybe tourists. That's how I felt. It's like this is their ritual that they do every day, and even though we were being very respectful and standing right out the way and very quiet, like it still felt wrong to be there. Maybe because we're not Buddhist, I'm not sure, but it was nice to see that bit. But then we walked down to like the touristy area, so like the main road, and we went and sat down because there's loads of different monks walking up different directions and stuff, and we sat down, and that was filled with tourists, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What I was like, Jess was saying you find it frustrating and stuff, but Jess made a good point. It's like, actually these tourists might be Buddhist, and also at least they're taking part and they're giving, like they're not just
the negatives people were saying was that people were going to watch and they were stood, so the line of the monks walking collecting the food, they were stood this close to them with a phone in their face, and that was out of order. But in this way, their phones were away, they were sat down with all the locals and they were taking part, and that could be part of their cultural or family background, and so that probably meant a lot, and I would rather see them doing that than on the other side.
Which we did see, people taking photos of monks right in their faces, like flashes on and that, and it just wasn't pleasant. Well, anyway, we didn't film any of that because
we didn't want to add to
the problem, so it was a really nice experience. But yeah, tourists have overrun it. It's spoiled, but it was a good experience to witness. So we then walked up to the temple on the top of the hill and just took in the views, didn't we? And that was beautiful, and the rivers and all the scenery around Luang Prabang is just fantastic. And now we've rented a scooter and we're going to the famous waterfall, Kuang waterfall, which it's raining today, so hopefully it's not murky. But we're going to go take the scooter out now, so just so excited to be here, and we're getting really good vibes from LAOS already. It's just fantastic, and it's nice and quiet after being in Vietnam. We love Vietnam, but it's
weird not hearing anyone honking.
Yeah, no one honks here. So yeah, it's just different and lovely, and we're just really enjoying it. So come with us as we explore the really cool waterfalls. We've just parked. You've got to park down the bottom, you can't go to the top. It's 2,000 kip, and yeah, we've left our bike and helmets here, and we're just going to walk up to the waterfall now. But a really nice ride. I went quite slow because I heard horror stories of people getting fines, so I went the speed limit, which took quite a while, but yeah, all good apart from that. And I filled up the moped and it was 50,000 kit, and that gave us about 3/4 of a tank, so the lady said about 100,000 fills up the tank, and the bike was 120,000 kit for 24 hours. Look at these awesome bikes. So we are in, and we're going to do the walking trail now, or you can go up the main road and to like a viewing platform, but this one gets you close and personal to the waterfalls, we think. So yeah, have a little walk. It's actually brightening up, so hopefully the water's clear and blue. I hope so anyway. So we read online and on other people's YouTube videos that there's a bear enclosure here, so we've just got to it now. Let's see if we can find some bears. I must say, they're very relaxed. Usually they're quite playful, I think I've seen on videos, but they're fast asleep. It's really sweet. They're actually called moon bears, and they're endangered, becoming extinct over Asia, so this is why they've got it here, but they're just so beautiful. And yeah, like I said, we've seen them very chilled out, they're all asleep, so...
Maybe these are the playful
Yeah,
ones.
these are the ones that are awake. Go for it. It's blue! Yes! What do you think of it?
Beautiful.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Doesn't even look real.
Is it freezing?
Yeah.
Sun's coming out and we're going to head to the top now. We're going to just keep walking up and see all the different kind of waterfalls, and apparently it gets bigger and better, so mega excited! Got our first glimpse of the giant waterfall at the top of the trail, and it's probably the prettiest waterfall I've seen.
Yeah, I think this is going to be number one.
Yeah, it's
going to be
very
so hard to beat.
It's very, very beautiful, and it's a lot different to the waterfalls that we've seen in Indonesia, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of different aspects to it, but it's so beautiful, so beautiful. Getting sprayed on down here, and it's right at the back. It's so tall and so blue and so beautiful. So we've braved the walk to the top. And it's quite steep and slippery, but they do warn you at the bottom. I can hear water. So you can take your shoes off, and then you've got like some steps up the waterfall. And it's got a little banister that you can climb up, but we're not going to do that today. But I mean, if you're going for it, then do it. Look at it, it's amazing. So we managed to get up to a kind of a point where you could walk up barefoot up the waterfall, or you can walk up the side, but I decided against it because it looked very slippery. Jess was all for going, and I stopped her from doing it. I feel really bad, but it was beautiful what we saw, and the main thing is we're safe and we wouldn't have slipped over, so all good. But yeah, very slippery, so be careful, and all the moss as well is just like lethal when you're coming back down, so just be really careful if you go up. Fun fact,
10 years ago the waterfall was like one steep drop, and then half the rock collapsed and formed the two points.
Yeah, so that's why you got the really prominent 2 points on there, is because actually it collapsed. So that was a little fun fact for you. Now we're walking back down the roadway, and we're going to try and find a little restaurant at the bottom for some lunch. Jess are now back in the room after visiting the waterfall. We've handed back the keys to our moped, and we've just got ready, and we're going to go out and eat at the night market, which is in Luang Prabang. What shake have you got?
Mango and pineapple.
For 15,
really nice.
15,000 kit.
15,000.
Got some coconut pancakes for 6,000 kit. And then I got a beer, which is 15,000 kit. So we've just come back after a lovely night at the night market. All of the stalls are usually open every night in Luang Prabang. and it's just the weekends that they do music. So we were lucky enough to see the music, which was really exciting. We tried some nice new foods, didn't we?
Yeah.
Wow.
The first one wasn't new.
Oh yeah, it was a roti, but we absolutely love roti from Malaysia. So it had to be done because we really miss it. Now we're going to go to sleep and we're off to a new destination tomorrow in Laos. So really excited. But thank you very much for watching the vlog. We hope you enjoyed it, and subscribe and like to the channel if you want to see more.